In this section, we're going to look at rewriting equations. So it's all about manipulating an equation to get the variable that we want all alone. First, some vocabulary review. A function is a relationship between inputs and outputs where each input has exactly one output. Remember, it's a special type of relationship. And a function notation is written like over here, f of x or y equals. F parenthesis x means f of x. It's similar to saying y equals. A literal equation is an equation that has a bunch of variables in it. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be isolating one of those. And finally, a formula is a rule or principle frequently expressed in algebraic symbols. So here we go. We have two examples on the screen. We want to write 2x plus 2y equals 10 in function form. And what that means is we want it to be y equals. So what we want to do is we want to get the y term all by itself, which means we need to get rid of the 2x. How do we get rid of that 2x? Well, it's positive. So we're going to subtract 2x from both sides. We're using our equation skills to do this. And the 2x will go away. And now on the left side we have 2y. And on the right side we have 10 minus 2x. Don't write 8x because the 10 doesn't have an x. These aren't like terms. We cannot combine them together. So next, is the y alone? No. We have to divide both sides by 2. We get y equals, and the way we divide multiple terms by a number is we divide each of them by that number. So our equation becomes y equals 5 minus 1x. The second example on the right is similar, except now there's even more variables. But we go through the exact same process. Here we're trying to solve for a. There's our a. What do we have to get rid of? We have to get rid of that plus by. How do we get rid of plus by? We subtract it. So a equals c minus by. These problems seem really scary because there aren't as many numbers in them, but it's actually less work than solving an equation because you don't actually have to do addition and subtraction usually. We just write down the two terms that are unlike next to each other. So now we're going to be solving and using a formula. We have a Lamborghini. It costs $241,945. I'll take 5, please. We can get a loan on this car for 2.99% over 7 years. We can use the formula I equals PRT to calculate how much this loan will cost. The I is interest, and then what the monthly payment would be. So P is the initial amount. P is the principal. R is the interest rate as a decimal, not as a percentage. And T is the amount of time that we're having this loan for. So to calculate our interest, we're going to take our principal, our initial amount, and we're going to multiply it by 0.0299. That's 2.99% written as a decimal times 7 years. And doing this, what we find out is that we're going to have to pay $50,639.0885. So we have to pay a little bit more than $50,000 of interest. That's how much this loan is going to cost us. And then we have to figure out how much this is going to cost us to pay back each month. So the total that we're going to pay back that's going to be our loan plus our interest. So it's going to be the $241,945 $945 plus the interest of $50,000, $639. And the amount that we have to pay back to the bank is $292,584.0885. And I'm carrying some extra decimals here because I just want to make sure nothing rounds off kind of funny. Now, to figure out how much our monthly payment is, we have to look at how many monthly payments we're going to make. And we're working for 7 years, and each year has 12 months. So we're going to multiply by 12, giving us 84 monthly payments. So we take our total to pay back, our $292,584, and we divide by 84. Our monthly payment that we have to make to the bank is $3,483.15. I don't know about you, but I don't have that kind of spare change laying around. I probably won't be getting myself a Lamborghini. I'd like you to pause the video right now and take this equation, and I want you to solve it for y. I want you to write it into function form. So when we're all done, it should say y equals. So pause and give it a go. Okay, so the first thing we need to get rid of is that 2x. We need to make that go away from the y term. Subtract 2x. We have 3y equals 6 minus 2x. Then we have to get rid of the multiplying by 3. We divide by 3. And we end up with y equals 6 over 3 minus 2 over 3x. And a simplified way of writing that is y equals 2 minus 2/3 x. So there we go. We are done with our notes for today. Go give some of these a try.